Welcome to a Map Business Online video. This particular video, and I'm going to try and do a few more if this is successful, is designed to help people who need a little bit more, assistance in terms of using an online tool. And so I'm going to try and take this slow. We're only going to import a data set onto the map. That's all we're going to do. So what I'll do is I'll just click that little United States flag right there to get us out at the high-level map view. When you start using Map Business Online, the first time you log in for US map, that's what you're going to see. It's going to be a blank slate. And you want to import some data, some location addresses. That could be store addresses, home addresses, addresses where people live, but they're in a spreadsheet. And that spreadsheet is going to look something like this. This is an Excel spreadsheet. You could have it in some other spreadsheet. It doesn't have to be Microsoft Excel. And it could be a text file. All it needs really is to have columns. And all you need to show in your spreadsheet are these name, I'm going to go company name or person's name, could be some other sort of name, maybe a school name, some sort of identifying column, an address column. You can see we've got headers on top of our columns. So what you would need to have is that first column that identifies your data, that second column that gives you an address for your data. So now you know the street that that particular building is located on, the city, that's pretty straightforward, the state, just an abbreviation is fine, and the zip code. That's all you need to import data into Map Business Online. Now you could have other data. You could have 64 columns of additional data. I took a lot of data out of this spreadsheet so that it's pretty basic, so I could show you just how simple your data needs to be. So that's how your data looks in your spreadsheet. I'm going to move that out of the way. And now back on Map Business Online, we have a master toolbar up here with a whole bunch of buttons. So we're not going to go into what every button is, but it's the kind of thing you'd expect. There's a print button, there's a save button, there's a data sheet view where you can go in and see, the different data layers that we have within Map Business Online, whether it's the map layers that we've imported, that come with the product, or whether it's the data that you're about to import. So we've got all these different buttons on there. Right now, we're going to just import data to show points on the map. So I'm going to just click that button right there. It's a little map point pin with a plus sign on it. And when I click it, it opens up a dialog box. That's basically just a function that lets you go out and grab that data. Let the Select File with Data button be selected here. You don't need to worry about any of the things, the options that are down below. That's for later when you're more advanced with the application. And simply click Browse, because it's going to browse out to where your data might be stored. And so now I have to find that data, so I'm going to go to my Quick Access button here. I know that I have my data in this Loretta's Territory file folder. So I'm going to click on that, and I can see right here, Retail Store Locations Easy is my file. So I select it, and then I go down here to the right-hand corner, lower right-hand corner, and I click Open. And that puts my data right in that box right here with a .xls. If it was a CSV file, it would say .csv. If it was a text file, it would say .txt. So now you've browsed to your data, and you can click Next. The dialog box moves to the next stage. And this is where Map Business Online gets a sense of how your data is going to come in. And you remember when we looked at that data in Excel, we had columns for address, city, and zip code. You can see that right there. And so there's a little preview of your data here. Looks a lot like the data that you had in that spreadsheet. And you can see the application is looking for address. And there it is. It's looking for zip code, and there it is. It's looking for city, and it's looking for state. We don't have anything else we have to worry about here. All we have to worry about are these buckets here, and that address 2.1 is just in case there's some other address function that you want to include in there, like maybe a suite number. Typically, it's not needed to put these items on the map. So we're going to just click Next. Everything looks good. Things are matching up nicely. We click Next. Now here, we want to be a little bit careful here. You can see how the application automatically took this company ID column from the data. But that's not really what I think should be here. What really should be here is your company name column. Whatever information in your data that represents name is what you want here. And the way you can change that is by simply clicking that drop-down arrow and picking company name. Now, if you want company ID to be in the ID file, that's fine. That ID file right there, that ID bucket that you see right there is just if you've got a unique identifier associated with all your records, you can use that. It can make data updates a little bit easier down the road. That gets a little advanced for people who might be just starting out. So let's just put none there. You can always pick none at the top. Then, if you want, you can say, well, I want certain labels to show on the points in the map, and that's what these 5 buckets are for. Looks like a lot of choosing, but really they're only there in case there's something besides company name and address that you want to have showing on the points in the map. And let's just pick one. We've got it already selected, phone. Maybe it's contact information you want to share with people when they look at this map. So we'll just pick phone, leave it at that. And you don't have to have anything there. You could have it say none if you wanted to. So now you're ready to plot these points on the map. That means you just go down here to the lower right and you click that Plot Data button. It'll take just a second to plot those on the map. It's going to tell you if the locations were placed okay. And there it is. We've got a bunch of records here on the map. I can pick my little zoom tool and zoom into them. I can also double click on the map, move things around to see where they are. The data window pops up and it's got all your records here. It'll tell you how your geocoding did, in other words, how they located. Some did better than others. Green means great, yellow means okay. If it says red, it did not place it on the map. You can see I had one address down here all the way to the bottom that I kind of made as a bad address with a fake street name that's not going to locate in Rootin' Tootin', Pennsylvania, which last time I checked is not a valid city in Pennsylvania. But it did plot it on the map. It plotted it based on the state, and it put it right in the middle of Pennsylvania. So if I'd left that empty, you would have had a red X there where it tells you that it did not geocode. Ladies and gentlemen, that is how we import data and put it on the map using Map Business Online. Go to mapbusinessonline.com and take our free trial. Thank you.